Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. This episode, we're going to be talking about gas. That's right. Is it going to be banned or not? Today's question was asked by John. So shout out to John, last name Doe. Actually, I don't know what his last name is, but shout out to John for asking me this question. And here we go with the answer. All right, so it's, this is going to be a shorter video. But it's, we're going to dissect the subject a little bit because I know it's a question I actually get asked a lot, believe it or not, which, anyways. All right. It's just insane the times that we are living in. All right. So, short answer, is it going to be banned? No. Just super short answer. Is gas going to be banned in Mexico?
Bruh.
No. All right. First of all, even if it is, all right, like seriously, even if for whatever reason, hold on, I gotta look for the right sound effect here in order to make this. All right, so even if gas is banned in Mexico, it's not a problem. With all the beans we eat out here, we can make our own gas. Anyways, no, but seriously, seriously, not seriously. And I really do get this question asked a lot, especially these days, But no, there's no way in heck, all right, that gas would ever be banned in Mexico. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, especially if you live here. Once you live here, once you actually come out here to visit and live here, you'll quickly realize it's impossible to ban gas. And I actually did a little bit of research. I try to do a little bit of research, at the very minimum these days when I make a video. And, I didn't really go too far because immediately, one of the first things that I read, when it came to gas was that the biggest exporter of natural gas is the USA. And the biggest customer... I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm sorry. The biggest customer of natural gas is Mexico, all right, to the USA. So basically, Mexico is the USA's biggest customer when it comes to natural gas. Along this, besides that, they have, they also have their own natural gas. They have a lot of natural resources that for the longest time, the Mexican people really didn't have too much access to, but in recent years, decades, things have been changing, and now the people, the government, the country itself is starting to take over when it comes to taking over ownership of all of these natural resources. So not only is gas plentiful because I've already told you, they produce their own, literally, like I said, all joking aside, Mexico produces their own gas, natural gas, but they use so much of it for everyday things, just everywhere, that they import it from the USA as well. But I think that that's going to change where as they produce more and they're able to, refine it more or whatever it is they do in order for the customer can use it, the better. The recent government that we have right now in Mexico, AMLO, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, the president, he has been a very social president, meaning he's been helping the people of Mexico, okay, which is very, very rare for a government of Mexico to do. And he's been creating a lot of social programs, whether it's giving old people like grandma a pension now, like a social security, or something like gas, where everyone uses gas for many things, not just in their homes, but and for many, many things. That he's now started to subsidize gas. And so, even though there's multiple gas companies that provide gas to the people out here, now you can even go with the government gas, and get an even cheaper gas if that's what you want. I mean, it's called bienestar, so for the betterment, or something like that, betterment, that's what it translates to roughly. So, yeah, the whole idea of banning gas in Mexico is crazy because, again, we most homes, you know, in a lot of places in Mexico, use it for everything, you know, like everything, like heating, you know, cooking. You know, there's so many things around the house. And in many cases, you know, like the water heater, you know, a lot of things in the house are actually running off of natural gas as opposed to like electricity. And I'm not talking about every part of Mexico. Where I live, I happen to live in the Yucatan Peninsula. I live in the jungle. So out here, we rely more on electricity because, again, it's living in the jungle. You got to have a lot of more electricity power to have air conditioners and freezers and coolers and all these things functioning and so much more. But we still use a lot of gas out here. Now, in other parts of Mexico, which the majority of Mexico lives, you know, in the upper valleys, you know, in the middle part of Mexico in the mountains, like about a mile above, you know, sea level, they need a lot of gas. You know, again, everything is, you know, a lot of things function. You know, again, from the water heater to the cooking stove to the heating in the home and everything else. I'm not a cold climate guy, but anyone that comes from cold climates, you know how much natural gas is important to you. So the same thing in Mexico. So they use it a lot. So, and on top of that, they have like a whole ecosystem of gas. You know what I mean? Meaning that a lot of times, you know, I'm doing a video and I get rudely interrupted because the gas guy is riding around, you know, one of the many gas companies that work in Mexico. They are constantly riding around, making sure, you know, that if people need gas, you know, they just got to flag the car down and they get the gas, just like anything else. So let me read the comments for a quick second, you know, see how's it going, what's up to everyone watching. Shout out to everyone out there. Shout out to John for asking me the question, and shout out to Mr. Lodak, Ian, Jalisco, Fox Quit, and Mega Shredder. Shout out to everyone out there. Yeah. Sorry, I think that was a little louder than it was supposed to be. But anyways, shout out to everybody and everybody else watching. I see a lot of people watching, and everyone's going to be, and everyone else that will be watching this in the future. Okay? So, all right. Let me see. I've been watching for a few years. You are well informed, accurate, and very insightful. Thank you very much. Hello. What's good? Hello to everybody. Yeah, so the reason I'm getting asked this question is because in a lot of parts of the world, unfortunately, they are trying to ban gas. I think in some places they've already banned gas. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, this is why I moved to Mexico and live in Mexico. I mean, and you know, I moved out here 5 years ago already, and you know, I saw the writing on the wall a long time ago, and I just never thought I would actually see it with my own eyes. But here we are, and it's only gonna get more insane. And you think Clown World is clowny enough? I mean, no. We got more to see. So that's why I'm out here making these videos, trying to answer these questions, because I did a poll on my channel the other day, and on the poll I was asking, how long have you been out here in Mexico? And so here I'll go to it and I'll show you guys. All right, so because it pertains to this a little bit. So okay, all right, let's switch over here. Look at that. How awesome is that? Look at all these sound. Look at all these effects. Okay. So I asked this question just a couple of days ago, right? And look at that, almost 200 votes, okay? And in this question, I go, how long have you been in Mexico? Simple, all right? And the first, you know, the answers that I provided were never, okay? 1 year or less, over 1 year, 4 to 5 years, over 5 years. Okay, so me, you know, over 5 years. Okay. Now, honestly, it's gonna be. It's really more to for me. It's really more in the 4 to 5 year range. But in like a few months, like literally just a few days, you know, a few more months, it's gonna be 5 years, over 5 years. So I put myself down here in this category. I didn't think there was gonna be that many people in that category, but it seems there's a lot of people over 5 years here. I digress. That's not what I was pointing this out to. So when I was looking at this, I knew there was going to be a lot of people up here. I didn't think it was going to be that many people. So what does this number come out to? It comes down to 74, right? Is that right? I think it's 74. I hope it's 74. Anyways, we'll go with 74. 74% of you guys have either never been out here or been out here for less than a year. like you just got here. So it made me, again, quickly realize that, you know, again, why I'm doing these questions, why I'm doing this new format where you guys want to ask me a question like this and you want me to answer it in depth, make a video about it, and, you know, have it here for everyone to see forever, you know what I mean? Then that's what we're doing, because there's so many of you guys, again, never or 1 year or less, especially in the never category. There's no way that you would even know, you know, this question, you know what I mean? Because a lot of, like I said, I actually get this question asked a lot more than you would think, which is, will gas stoves get banned in Mexico? And again, the answer is just a big flat out no. And we already talked about it for 10 minutes as to why not. And I'm just kind of pointing out as to why I'm making these videos, and I'm going to be making more of videos talking about just certain topics like this, because you guys are asking me. And by the way, if you guys want to know how you can ask me, just go to my website or click directly on the link that I provide. That's a direct link that I provide will bring you here, okay, which is another video of me, all right, explaining to you how, you know, this works. And if you don't want to listen to me, you can read it, and it'll tell you how to do it, and then you can send me your question, all right, and we can make a video about it, and, you know, can have a lot of fun. But, you know, I'm going to read the comments real quick to see if, you know, there's any relevant questions, you know, that would follow up what we're talking about here. All right, and if not, we will move on to the next question. Okay, we got a few doozies today. All right, we got a few questions today. All right, we're going to be talking a little bit about medical in the next question, and we're going to be talking about U.S. dollars. All right, and Mexico and all that stuff in the next question. So remember, each question is going to be its own video. All right, so once we're done here, we're going to end this stream, and we're going to go to the next video. Now, if you don't want to miss a thing, you already know what to do. Not just subscribe, but hit the bell icon. Every time I'm dropping a video, going live, anything like that, you'll get notified immediately and you won't miss a thing. All right, so let me see. Fox says, let me see, does Mexico have a gas problem? They do not. And Deep Scuba Diver says he supports banning gas that comes out of the planet Uranus. Hey.
How dare you?
But I agree, though. Anyways.
Bruh.
Ola from Mexicali. Awesome, awesome. But yeah, again, you know, just to reiterate and answer it for the 58th time here today, gas will not be banned, and probably will never be banned in Mexico, because that is beyond absurd because of the amount of natural gas they actually use here. And on top of that, you know, the whole banning of gas is more a political thing than anything else. And the politics in Mexico are not what they are in the countries that are, you know, talking about this as a thing. Because to me, it's still insane that this is even not just a question. The fact that they're actually doing this in other parts of the world right now, that they're banning gas. But anyways, you know, it is what it is, you know, as a great man once said. Okay, so we're going to end this video here. I think we've answered this question thoroughly, and we're going to see each other in a few more minutes, okay? We're going to start the next live stream probably a little early, okay? So we're going to start the next live stream in a few minutes. So stay tuned. See you